Hello, this is Anthony with Bleacher Bums Gaming, and we are back. I had so much fun playing the kickoff game to our 1976 Statis Pro Game of the Week project that we're going to get in another one. So let's play two, and this made possible by the fact that the wife has to stop by our youngest son's house on the way home to help him on a couple of things with his taxes. So I did not try and discourage that. So give me an opportunity to get in a second game today. So we are going ahead to week 2 of the 1976 season for a game against the Chicago White Sox in their amazing softball uniforms. God, the ugliest and worst uniform decision ever made in the history of the major leagues, by the way. Against the Minnesota Twins, who have a very solid lineup. Both teams, well, mainly the Twins, they had a pretty good pitching staff that year. I had Bert Blyleven for a period, Joe Decker, who is starting today, Dave Goltz, all solid. And the reason for this game is Wilbur Wood, who started the year in good form with the Sox, and he was injured when a line drive from Ron LaFleur ricocheted off his knee. So he's not going to be around for the whole campaign, so I wanted to get a Wilbur Wood start in because I was a big mark for him back in the day. Even though the Sox were not really my team, I just liked to see Wood pitch. He had that knuckleball and could pitch inning upon inning. He had amazing endurance for a starter, winning, in fact, 20 games and losing 20 games in the same season. And I should have looked, but I believe it's 71 or 72 where he did that. Right around there. So that is the reason for this one. And in the real life matchup between these two teams, played April 14th, 1976, the Twins took a 6-2 victory over the Sox, who had horrific defense in that game, committing 5 errors, and all 6 of the runs that were given up, all charged to Wood, were unearned. So that kind of tells you about his team that day. They really let him down, not necessarily anything he did. So let's get right to the action. Our lineups, first of all, for the White Sox: Chet Bitter Lemon leading off in center, Ralph Garr in right, George Orta at third, Cleon Jones in left field, the former Met. Carlos May has designated hitter duties tonight. Jim Spencer at first base, Jack Brohammer, one of the coolest names in baseball, at second, Bucky Dent at short, and Pete Varney gets a start behind the dish. And as mentioned on the mound, Wilbur Wood, who has a fatigue rating of 17. For the homestanding Twins, Jerry Terrell leads off at second base, Dan Ford in right, Rod Carew, the hitting machine, at first base, Larry Heisel in left. And Heisel has shown up. Shows up in our 1969 replay on the Phillies too, and of course after this he went on to the Brewers. Craig Cusick is a designated hitter, Butch Weiniger behind the plate, Dave McKay at third, Steve Bryan center, and Danny Thompson at short. And on the mound for the Twinkies, Joe Decker, and Decker has a start rating of 11. So he was a part-time starter in 1976, so do not look for him to go the distance. What we're going to do first, of course, is roll for stuff. And again, this is in Metropolitan Stadium, and I just need to find that on my... there we go, Metropolitan Stadium. So on this, there is no good stuff adjustment. The Metropolitan Stadium, a hitter's park, so no PB +2 or +1. You can get bad stuff, however, on a roll of 72 or more. So the visiting pitcher, Wood, goes first. He has regular stuff, which is 2-6 against lefties and 4-7 against righties. And Joe Decker, his stuff is normal as well. And he is 4-7 against lefties and 2-7 against righties. So formalities out of the way, we are good to go. And again, playing with fast action dice, playing with dice and fast action cards, dice for the results, and cards to get the outs and errors, etc. The 1d20 will be used for clutch batting and clutch fielding. 1 with runners on base is clutch batting check. 2 or 3 with runners on base is clutch fielding check. And we are underway at Decker to Chet Lemon. And it's going to be off Lemon's card. 65 against the right-hander is going to be an out. And that is going to be a fly ball to left field and no error. So Lemon is retired to start the game. Next up, the speedy Ralph Garr. And he only had 14 stolen bases in this season. This is going to be off Garr's card, and this will also be an out. Fly ball to left field, and coming in to put that away is Larry Heisel, so 2 down. There's 2 straight flyouts to Heisel to start the contest off. And that brings up George Orta, playing third base today. He could also play in the outfield. 6, and against the left-hander, that is going to be off of Decker's card. So 42, and that's going to be a base on ball. So Orta trots down to first base. We have our first base run of the game, and Cleon Jones bats, the former Met, member of the 1969 amazing Met team, 58, and that is going to be against the right-hander and out. Curious that obviously they don't know how Cleon Jones is going to hit against right-handers, but he was horrible. You can see he hit 100 against right-handers in 1976. So that is going to be a ground ball down to third base. And no error on that as Dave McKay makes the play, and the White Sox are retired. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 left. And we head to the bottom of the first. No score in this one as Jerry Terrell set to lead it off for the Twins. The knuckleballer Wilbur on the mound. And this is going to be off Terrell's card against the left-hander. 13 will be a single to left field. And I just need some housekeeping here. So on that, and no error. So the Twins have a leadoff base runner, and Dan Ford, the batter. 5, that's going to be off Wood's card, and against the right-hander, a roll of 31 is going to be a strikeout. So Ford cannot catch up with the baffling knuckleball. And Wood actually, early in his career, had a pretty good fastball. He did not develop the knuckleball until 2 or 3 years after he turned pro. So 8, and it's going to be off Carew's card, and Carew, the hitting machine, 54 against the left-hander, and that's going to be another walk, or a walk. So down to second goes Terrell, and Carew on first. 1 down for Larry Heisel. Wood gets a sign, kicks, delivers. And it's going to be off Heisel's card, and going to be trouble for Wood. That's going to be a single. And that is into right field and runner advancement. So from second base, Terrell, 56. And coming second to home off the batter's card, and Terrell is a B. So B coming home, 48, and he's going to go station to station with a random number of 56. I haven't decided if I want to use I'll just use fast action cards for advancement. So the sacks are loaded, still only 1 down. Craig Cusick, the batter, the designated hitter for the Twins. Wood in a little bit of a dilemma. That's coming off Cusick's card as well, and against the left-hander, 54. That's going to walk in a run, so Wood. His defense let him down in real life, and he is not helping his own cause now as an RBI walk. And that's going to plate Jerry Terrell. Still only 1 out for the Twins catcher, Butch Weiniger. And Winey, that's going to be off his card as well. That'll be an out, however. And that will be a fly ball to right field. And on third base is Carew, who is an A. He should be coming in regardless. F9, and yep, Carew is going to score on that. Other runners hold. So a sacrifice fly by Weiner gets home the second run for the Twins. And it is 2-0. Dangerous Dave McKay up, and 6. Finally, Wood. He's going to get something off of his card. And 52 against the switch hitter, so he'll be hitting right-handed. That's going to be an out, fortunately for Wood. And that will be a ground ball down to shortstop. Up with that is Bucky F. and Dent. He whips it across, potential error check, but Dent, he is solid. He's only a 4, so he makes the play, and the inning is over. But the Twins take advantage of Wood's wildness. They get a couple of hits, 2 runs, and a couple of walks. So we head to the top of the second inning, 2-0 Twinkies, as Carlos May set to lead it off. And May, 12, going to be off Carlos May's card. That'll be an out. Fly ball to center field, 1 down. Big Jim Spencer up, and Spencer, coming off his card, 74, is going to be an out as well. And the big power hitter drives one deep to left field, going back to the track, and hauling that is wrong person, Larry Heisel. So a deep shot by Spencer, but the park holds it. Heisel makes the play, gets it back in. Jack Brohammer up. And again, off of Brohammer's card, 38 versus the right-hander. He's going to draw a walk. So Chicago, 2-out base runner, and Brohammer gets his lead. Bucky F. and Dent up. And Bucky, a lot of action off the players' cards. That's going to be a single to center field. And error 8-20, and in center field for the Twins is Steve Bry. He's a 1, so good there. And I'm going to roll for runner advancement. So going first to third, and again with 2 outs, Brohammer's rating is going to go up to a C. And 83 going first to third on a single to center is going to be a challenge result. So again, a C rating, and 21 is going to be safe, slides in under the tag, so Brohammer at third base, and the Sox have runners at the corners. 2 away, Pete Varney the batter. And again, off the hitter's card, and Varney versus the right-hander, 53. He's going to go down swinging, a big cut at a Joe Decker fastball, can't catch up with it, and the side is retired. So a hit and a walk wasted. We are going into the bottom of the second inning. 2-0 Twins, and Steve Bry, playing center field today for Minnesota, is going to lead this off. Wood, and in comes the dancing knuckler. And 48, that's going to be off the batter's card against the left-hander. That'll be an out. I'm actually going to move these out of the way, the discard pile. So that's going to be an out, and RN, that's going to be a ground ball down to second base. And no error on that, so 1 away. All right, back to the, it's not top of the order. We are missing a hitter. That would be this guy. So Danny Thompson screwing around in the dugout tunnel. 5, that's going to be off Wood's card. That'll be an out. And fly ball to left field, and going back on that is Cleon Jones. Gets under it easily, 2 away. Now we go back to the top of the order, and Jerry Terrell, who led this game off with a single, came around to score later. Wood has a sign. We know what's coming, though, the flutter ball, and 38 against the right-hander, and that's going to be an out. So line drive to second base, and moving 2 steps to his left to skewer that is Brohammer, and the side is retired. So Wood gets the knuckleball under control. 3 up, 3 down go the Twins, and we're heading to the third inning, 2-0 Minnesota. Chet Lemon now steps in, and 8 is going to be off Lemon's card. 68 is going to be an out. And that'll be a ground ball down to shortstop. And up with that and over to first base is Thompson, 1 away. Next up, Ralph Garr, and it'll be off Decker's card. Lefty-lefty matchup, and 56, and that is going to be a walk. So Garr on at first base, and Garr, not as prolific in 1976 as he was in some other years in his career, so he's not going to try and steal. Instead, George Orta will hit. 8 is going to be off Orta's card against the right-hander. 23, that's going to be a double. So Garr, he is a B. He's going to come around and try and score on that, and this will be a double off the batter's card. 13, and Garr makes it home easily. No throw on that, so we have an RBI double, and Sox are on the board as George Orta dusts himself off at second base. 2-1 Twins for Cleon Jones, still only 1 out. And 57 off of Decker's card, and against the right-hander, that'll be another walk. So first and second, both pitchers having some control problems early in this one as Carlos May, designated hitter tonight, steps in. 5, that's going to be off Decker's card, and 43 against the left-hander. It's going to be yet another walk, so the bases are loaded. So Decker now getting in a little bit of trouble, and Big Jim Spencer, he can turn things around with one swing of the bat. And lefty-lefty matchup coming off of Decker's card, 43, and Decker has walked in a run. Oh my. So Spencer, that's 3 walks in a row, and he gets an RBI the easy way. This game is tied up at 2 for Jack Brohammer. Still only 1 down in the inning. 9, that's coming off Brohammer's card. That, however, will be an out. And the left-handed hitter grounds that down to second base. This is going to get another run home, though. And Terrell makes the play, but the runners advance on the 4-3 putout. So Brohammer has an RBI, and the Sox have the lead, 3-2. Bucky F. and Dent now up with 2 outs. Ducks on the pond, runners on second and third. Here comes a pitch. And right-hander, that's off Decker's card, 51. And that is yet another base on ball. So Decker is struggling. And again, the sacks are loaded. Catch up on his fatigue rating here. So Decker is already at 11, so the Twins are going to have to get some action going in the bullpen. And they're going to get up Mike Pasick, their long reliever. So he is hurriedly warming up as Decker. He's going to have to face one more batter. It's going to be Pete Varney. 2 down. Varney looking to blow this open early, and this is going to be a result off of Decker's card. And his PB was reduced because he's now at his fatigue level, but 83 will still be an out. And Varney, the right-handed power hitter, that is a fly ball to left field. And Heisel, no issues with that, but the Sox bat around. They take advantage of the wildness of Galtz. Only 1 hit in the inning, but 4 walks, and that leads to 3 runs. So we're heading to the bottom of the third. Sox lead this one 3-2. And Decker's day is going to be done early, only 3 innings pitched. So Wood might come out a little different than he did in real life. For Decker, 3 innings pitched, 2 hits, 3 runs, all of them earned. Had 6 walks. He just did not have anything on his any stuff at all today, and a single strikeout. So Mike Pasick, he's going to come in when the Sox come to bat next. And Wood spotted the lead. Let's see what he can do with it as Dan Ford digs in for the Twins. A lot of rolls coming off the batter's card in this one, and against the left-hander, 61. That's going to be a hit by pitch. Fortunately, Wood does not throw hard, so that did not hurt. To imagine if you want to get hit by a pitch, a knuckleball is definitely the best one to get hit by. 3, that'll be off Wood's card, lefty-lefty matchup, and 41, and he's going to fan Rod Carew. So Carew, not easy to strike out, but Wood takes care of him, 1 down. Larry Heisel up, and Heisel singled in the first inning. 5, this is coming off Wood's card as well against the right-hander. 51 will be an out. And it's a line drive to second base, and no problem there for Jack Brohammer, 2 down. Designated hitter Craig Cusick up. 6, that'll be off Wood's card, and 38, that will again be an out. So Cusick, the power hitter, ground ball down to second base, and no problem there for Brohammer, and the side is retired. So a leadoff hit batter does not lead to any issues there. Dan Ford is stranded on the base paths, and we head to the top of the 4th. Sox lead this 3-2. Chet Lemon up. Top of the order, Pasick now on the mound for the Twinkies. And coming off Lemon's card, 68, it's going to be an out. And ground ball down to shortstop. Thompson over to first base, 1 away. Second time Lemon has grounded out to short. Ralph Garr, the batter now. He walked and scored his last time up, and coming off Garr's card, 67 against the left-hander. That's going to be an out, and line drive right back at the pitcher. And Pasick, self-defense, skewers that, 2 away. That's a result, actually, you don't get in a lot of other games. Line drive right back at the pitcher, which is definitely an asset to these fast action cards. There's basically 400 cards in this deck because they're 2-sided. And it just allows a lot of flexibility with a random number or random array of out results. So another cool thing about this game. George Oda up, and 6. That will be on Pasick's card. 65 will be an out. I'm sorry, against the left-hander, 65 will actually be a walk. So the control issue or problems that plagued Decker are now catching up with Pasick as the Sox have a runner on. Cleon Jones, a batter, 63, and against the right-hander, that'll be an out. Be a ground ball down to third base, and no problem there. Scooping that up is Dave McKay. Whips it across the diamond to Carew, and the Sox are retired. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 left, heading to the bottom of the 4th inning. Sox lead this one 3-2. Butch Weiniger set to lead off for the Twins. And just an update on Wood's fatigue. So with relievers, Pasick, he'll start to accrue fatigue points for every inning he starts, beginning with the next one. And thus far, Wood he is at 7. So Weiniger ready to go, and Wood, it's going to be on his card, a result of 31 against the switch-hitting Weiniger, which will make him a right-handed batter. And 31 be a strikeout, so Wood makes Weiniger look foolish with the flutter ball. Butch heads back to the dugout, cursing under his breath. Here we go, off the McKay's card, 57. And against the left-hander, that's going to be an out. Ground ball down to shortstop, and Bucky Effendent up with it, no problem. Whoops it across the diamond, and there are 2 away. So Wood is settled in as we're 2 2/3 of the way through the 4th inning in this one, and Steve Bry, the right-hander's up. 25 will be off Wood's card. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Wood brought the fastball there with a 1-2 count and caught Bry off guard, and 4 innings are in the books. We head to the top of the 5th. Sox clinging to a 3-2 lead. And Mike Pazek facing the designated hitter Carlos May, and 7 will be off Pazek's card. 85 will be an out. And that is a deep fly to left or right field, and going back to the track and hauling that in at the track is Dan Ford. 1 down. Big Jim Spencer, lefty-lefty matchup. Spencer digs in. And 8, again off Pazek's card, and again an out. Spencer grounds that down to first base, and 18-20 on the error check, and no issues there as Carew is a 5, so he's going to pick that up, go to the bag himself. 2 down. Jack Brohammer up now, and Brohammer in this game is 0 for 1 with an RBI and a walk. 5 again off Pazek's card, and 17 against the left-hander. That's going to be a single right back up the middle. So Brohammer on, Bucky Dent steps up to the plate. Here comes a pitch. And it's going to be off Dent's card. 27, that's a double to center field. And Brohammer, he will go to a C. So double off the batter's card, coming around to score, 28 C, and he's just in there under the tag. 11-28 is safe on that result. So Brohammer comes around as Bucky Dent shows off a little bit of pop, a prelude of what's going to come in a couple years at Fenway Park, much to the chagrin of Boston Red Sox fans. And the Sox extend their lead to 4-2 as Pete Varney steps up now. Varney, the catcher, struck out, flown out to left field. And that is going to be an out, and the right-handed power hitting Varney lines that right at shortstop. A wicked shot, and Danny Thompson reaches his glove up and comes down with the ball. Look what I found, and that will retire the side. So 2 hits and a run for the Sox as they extend their lead to 4-2 as we enter the bottom of the 5th inning. Just great names in this set too. Lemon, Carew, of course Wood. Ralph Garr, Orta, all these guys, very, very familiar names from watching ball back in the day. Wilbur Wood now set to face Danny Thompson, and Thompson, he has flown out to left field his first time up, and this is going to come off of Wood's card. And 46 against the right-hander is going to be an out. A fly ball to center field, and 7-20, and center fielder Lemon is a 1, so he handles that no problems. 1 down. So thus far, Wood's defense, again in the real-life game, committed 5 errors and basically sabotaged him. Thus far, they are making their plays when the defensive check comes up. We have yet to have a clutch D or clutch batting check. And 57 coming off of Terrell's card. Against the left-hander, that will be an out. And line drive down to third base and snagged easily by Orta, 2 away. Danger stand Ford up next. Ford today has struck out and been plunked by a wicked knuckleball, and this is going to come off of his card, 64, against the left-hander just in the out range. And that's going to be a ground ball down to short. Bucky Dent, 4-20 though. And Dent, that's going to be an error. So I spoke too soon, and that will be error 3 for the infield. Spoke way too soon on the defense doing their job. Just a regular G6. So on the error chart, error 2 Shortstop airmails a throw to lead base. Runner advances 2 bases. Batter to first. E6. So in that case, we will send 4 down to second. Again, sometimes you have to kind of make a judgment call based on the error result. So Ford will be at second base, 2 away for Rod Carew. And Carew, not really the guy you want up there with a runner in scoring position, especially off of his card. 45 versus a lefty, and that's a deep shot. So we are going to the ballpark check. And again, this is a hitter's park. This is probably thus far my favorite new addition to the game, this deep check. And at the Met, a deep fly is gone on a roll of 56 or less. And Carew, oh, that's just a deep fly ball to right field. He gave it a ride. Gar, his back against the wall, pulls it in. Danger avoided, and that retires a side. Rod Carew gave everyone a scare and the fans in the Metrodome a delight, but the inning is over. No hits, no runs, 1 error, 1 left. We're heading to the 6th inning. White Sox lead this 4-2. And they're going to get some action going in the bullpen as Pasick is approaching his fatigue point. So they're going to get up Steve Luber to warm up. Luber, a starter reliever type. And Pasick to Chet Lemon, and 7 going to be off Pasick's card again. 16 versus the right-hander. It's going to be a single into left field. And again, do not check on errors when the single comes off the pitcher's card. And I probably missed a couple on the batter's card as well, but 26 to the left-hander, and 26 struck him out. So Pasick comes in tight to Gar, and he can't catch up with that one. 1 down. George Order, the batter, and the left-hander, 9, still going to be on Pasick's card, 47, and another strikeout. So Pasick showing a little bit of anger after that single back up the middle, almost took his kneecaps off. Cleon Jones, the batter, right-hander, and 7 again going to be off Pasick's card, 41, and that does not do good against right-handers. That's going to be a single into right field. So Lemon, he's going to be an OBRB. And single off the pitcher's card to, and this is going to, another cool thing about the new base runner advancement, singles or hits off the pitcher's card, they're going to come, advancement's going to be based on the outfielder's throwing arm. So in right field for the Twins, a throwing arm of 3 is Dan Ford. So T3, 11 to 58, he goes, and 85 is going to be a challenge. So 24 and 24, Carew is a B, or Lemon is a B, sorry, and that will be 11 to 48 safe, so Lemon into third base. And Cleon Jones has his first hit of the ball game. So runners at the corner, 2 outs, and some insurance would be certainly nice now. And Pasick is 1 away from hitting his fatigue point. 5 is going to be off Pasick's card. And against the left-hander, 56, and he's walked the bases loaded, and he is fatigued. So they're going to come and get him right now. So Pasick goes 2 2/3. Gives up 4 hits. And thus far only a single run. Also has 2 walks and 2 strikeouts to his credit. So the Sox are benefiting from the Twins' wildness today as Steve Luber comes in. He's going to take his warm-up pitches. The right-hander, he went 4 and 5 in 1976. 119 innings pitched, a 4.00 ERA. And he is ready to go, and he's going to face dangerous Jim Spencer. And Spencer hitting off against a right-hander. So 2-6, this will come off of Luber's card, and 13, that's going to be a single to center field. And again, no error checks. So coming in to score is Chet Lemon. And Cleon Jones, he's going to go for third. And again, with 2 outs, Jones will be a B, going first to third on a single to center. And 75, he is going to be held to second base. So RBI single for Spencer, and the Sox open their lead, or expand their lead to 5-2. So life, Art is going to turn around life for Wilbur Wood as he lost this game 6-2. Jack Brohammer steps up, and thus far so good, or so far so good for the Sox. 10 going to be off Brohammer's card, and 46 against the right-hander will be an out. So inning's going to be over. That'll be a pop fly to shortstop, and no problem. Taking that in is Thompson, and Side is finally retired. But the Sox get 3 more hits and a run. And we're heading to the bottom of the 6th inning. Sox lead this one 5-2. And coming up for the Twins will be Larry Heisel. Heisel on the day is singled and lined a shot to second base. 8 is going to be off Heisel's card, and 14 will be a single to left field. And no error on that. So that gets Wood. Wood has calmed down a little bit since those early struggles. He is up to 9 at his fatigue point. He can go to 17. Craig Cusick, the batter, and coming off of Cusick's card, 25. And against the left-hander, that's going to be a double. Ropes that down the right field line, and Heisel, I think I just like going. It's quicker to do runner advancement off the fast action cards. And Heisel, roll of 15. He's going to come around to score. So RBI double for Cusick, and the Twins pull a run closer. 5-3 the score, and Wood up to 11 now on his fatigue reduction. Butch Weiniger, the batter, runner on second, nobody out. 6 coming off Wood's card against the left-hander, or right-hander, switch hitting Weiniger. So 62 will be an out. And for Weiniger, ground ball down to second base, and that is going to be a 4-3 put out, and over to third goes Cusick. So 1 away now, and the 4th run of the game for the Twins stands 90 feet away for Dave McKay. And McKay, the switch hitter, batting right-handed. 7 will be off Wood's card. 51 will be an out. And pop fly to first base, and going into foul territory to take care of that is Jim Spencer, easy peasy. So 2 down, and still standing at third is Craig Cusick. Steve Bry is going to try and get him home. Wood, the windup, the pitch off of Bry's card, 86. That's going to be an out though. And fly ball to center field, and coming in to take that, no problem, is Chet Lemon, and Side is retired. So the Twins chip away a little bit. They get a run on 2 hits. We go to the 7th inning. Score is 5-3. Chi Sox lead it. And Bucky F. and Dennett set to face Steve Luber. For the Sox, they're going to get some action going in the bullpen just in case. And really, looking at their cards, they really didn't have a true closer. Clay Carroll, actually going to get a lefty-righty combo up. Dave Hamilton and Clay Carroll, they were kind of the closer by committee. They only had 16 saves between them, however. So Bucky Dent ready to go against Luber, 7, and it'll be off Dent's cards, 27, and Dent against the right-handed pitcher. That's going to be another double. He loops that into the gap. So Bucky F and Dent, back-to-back doubles. And the Sox in a position to put this away. Varney, the batter, sacrificed. He is a DD. He's not going to try a hit and run either. So 34 coming off Luber's card against the right-hander and walks him. So nobody out, top of the order. Runners on first and second for the Sox. Chet Lemon looking to put a charge into this. Only had 4 home runs in 1976, but a base knock will do. 55 off of Lemon's card against the right-hander. That's going to be an out, however. And that will be a G1A. So pitcher fields that and ignore that. I need to start pulling these out as I find them. Ignore that. And 12-20 and Luber. He is a 20. So, wow. Not helping his own cause there. That was a G1A, and error type on the pitcher is going to be a 2. So error 2 on G1A. Pitcher airmails a throw to first base. Ball rolls into foul ground. OBR A or B. Runners advance 2 bases. So luckily, Dent and Varney are not that, so sacks are going to be loaded on the E1. And Luber in a world of trouble. Ralph Garr, nobody out, sacks loaded. He can blow this one out of the water for Wood. Here comes a pitch, and it's going to come off Garr's card, but 65 will be an out. And pops him up. Oh, Garr blew a perfect opportunity. Circling under that is Jerry Terrell, and there is one down. So you know what this sets up, a tailor-made double play. After a no-out, bases loaded pop-up, you know a double play is coming. 10 coming off Orta's card, and against the right-hander, 56, it's going to be an out. Is it going to be a ground out? Left-handed power, line drive to first base, and no error, so that's a hard-hit ball. But Carew able to handle that now in 2 outs, and Luber on the verge of getting out of this. Cleon Jones, the batter. And 3 coming off Luber's card, 88, definitely an out there. I'm surprised at our lack of clutch fielding and clutch batting pulls today. RN, that's going to be a ground ball down to shortstop. And Danny Thompson, can he get out of the inning? He does. Whips it across, and Luber. A little bit of Houdiniism right there as he gets out of that after loading the bases with nobody out. The Sox, 1 hit, no runs, 1 error, and they leave him stranded. So we head to the bottom of the 7th inning, 7th inning stretch time, as the Sox hold a 5-3 lead over the homestanding Twins. And we are ready to go. Bottom of the inning, 9 coming off Thompson's card, 24 against the left-hander. That's a single into right field. And 17-20, not going to be an issue error-wise, as Ralph Garr is a 2. And Wilbur now up to 13, as we're back to the top of the order for the Twinkies. And Jerry Terrell is up. And I did figure out hit and run. It's just handled differently now. And they're going to try that right now. So Terrell, hit and run. He is a... let's make a managerial decision here. Do we want to risk it? He's a 1. Why not? Let's gamble. So Terrell, hit and run. And 8, that's going to be off Terrell's card. It will be an out. And RN, that is a G1A. And hit and run. That will get the runner across or advance the runner. And no error on that. So down to second goes Thompson. And 1-3 on the put out for Terrell. That brings up Dan Ford. 1 down, runner in scoring position. Looking to get the little bit closer. 2 off Wood's card, 54. And against the right-hander, that's going to be an out. So ground ball down to third base and no error on the play. 5-3 on the put out. Runner holds at second, 2 down, and Rod Carew up. Carew today against Wood has walked and scored, struck out, and flown out to right field. And 10, Carew's going to get another shot against the lefty, and 65 won't get it done. So fly ball again to deep right field, and going back and pulled in right against the wall. Gar, the second back to the wall catch out there. And the side is retired, so we are through 7. 1 hit, no runs, no errors, and the Sox continue to lead this one 5-3. And Luber, his fatigue is a 6, and if he starts this inning, he will meet that, so his day is going to come to an end as well. He only goes 1 1/3 innings. Gives up a hit, 2 hits, a walk. All right, so we will have yet another pitcher for the Twins. And coming in to wrap this one up will be Tom Johnson. Next, we're going to bring in the lefty, Tom Bergmeyer. So Bergmeyer, a respectable 2.50 ERA in 1976. Went 8-1 with a single save. He actually had a very prosperous career in the majors. Bergmeyer did out of the pen. So ready to face Carlos May, and 9 against the left-hander. That's going to be off May's card. Now his control ratings, when he does get a result on his card, and that's another thing, the pitching ratings had really been revamped in the advanced version. You see his control factor is low, but when it does come off his card, the chances of a hit are very slim. 67 off of May's card, that will be an out. And fly ball to deep right field, and going back to pull that one in at the track is Dan Ford, 1 down. So Jim Spencer steps up, and Spencer, a couple of RBIs, walking a single. Good day for the Chicago first baseman, and 7 going to be off Spencer's card, 58 against the left-hander, and that'll be an out. So ground ball down to second base, and taking care of that is Terrell, 2 away, 4-3 on the put out. Jack Brohammer steps up now, and Bergmeyer looks, steals, 6 coming off of Brohammer's card, and 45 against the left-hander. That'll be a walk. So bases on balls have been the undoing for the Twins pitching staff in this one, as Bucky F. and Dent steps in. And against the right hand, a roll of 6 coming off Bergmeyer's card, and 37 will be an out. And Bucky Dent, fly ball into right field, and over to take that, can of corn, is Dan Ford. So the Sox strand another, and after yet another base on ball. So we head to the bottom of the 8th inning. Chi Sox still lead this one 5-3. And time for some new fast action cards. It's the other nice thing about going with dice, for me anyway, you sometimes you'd have to shuffle. Well, they recommend you shuffle the fast action deck like every 3 or 4 innings, I think. But here, mix it up good before the beginning, and you get through a full game and just use probably a little more than half of the deck, which is cool. So, top of the 8th inning, or bottom of the 8th inning, I'm sorry, Larry Heisel up. And it's going to be off Wood's card, 73 will be an out. And for Heisel, pop fly to shortstop, and 13-20. No issue there. Dent is a 4, so 1 down. Designated hitter Craig Cusick up. Cusick is walked, driven in a run, double driven in a run, and grounded out to second base. And going to be off Cusick's card 17. He's going to get yet another hit. This will be a double to left field. So Cusick drives that hard down the line. And for Wilbur, he's now at 15. So the Chicago pen is warmed and ready to go. A hit and a run gets Wilbur out of here. 7. And against the switch hitting Weiniger, that'll be off of Wood's card. 64, and that will be an out. So Weiniger, RN, that's a ground ball down to second base. And easily making the play there is Brohammer, and runner will go to third, so 4-3 on the putout. As again, the Twins have a runner 90 feet away. Dave McKay trying to pick him up. 4 coming off Wood's card, however. And 32 against the right-hander will be a strikeout. So Wilbur Wood picks a great time to get his 5th strikeout of the game. 1 hit, no runs, no errors. We're heading to the last frame. Sox clinging to a 5-3 lead, and they're going to let Wood try and finish this one out. As Bergmeyer starting his 2nd inning of work. And Pete Varney, 5 coming off Bergmeyer's card, and 55 will be an out. So Varney, a big cut at that, and drives that deep to center field, and going back, and hauling that in is Steve Bry, 2 steps short of the fence. So Varney gives that a poke. But the Metrodome has contained all those deep shots today. Chet Lemon up. And Lemon coming up for the 6th time actually in this one due to all the walks. So 7 coming off Lemon's card, 87 will be an out. And for Chet, fly ball to center field. And 2-20. So out there, Steve Bry is a 1, so he bobbles that, snow cones the ball, and holds on to it. Almost dropped that, and that would have been disastrous. But Ralph Garr up now with 2 outs. And Bergmeyer looking to get to the Twins in the bottom of the 9th with no further damage. 8 coming off Garr's card, 67 is an out. And Garr, ground ball down to second base, and up with that is Terrell, whips it over to Carew, and side retired. Routine ground ball, 3 up, 3 down, go the Sox in the top of the 9th. We're heading to the bottom, Wilbur Wood. He has to be flawless. If he gives up a single base runner, his fatigue will be shot, and he'll have to be replaced. So Steve Bry looking to get Wood out of there. 57, not going to be happening here. Out. And that will be a line or pop fly to shortstop, and Dent circles under that, puts it away, 1 down. Danny Thompson up, and the Twins shortstop digs in, coming off of his card, 71 will be an out. And ground ball back to Wood himself, and 6-20, and Wood, he's a good defensive pitcher, 0 on the error check, so he's able to field that cleanly. Whips it over to Spencer, 2 down, back to the top of the order, and the last chance for the Twins is Jerry Terrell, and Wood looking to get the complete game victory. Again, he cannot allow a base runner or his fatigue is shot. And 7 against the right-hander coming off Wood's card, 55. This should do it. And ground ball down to third base. Fielding that is George Orta. Picks it up, whips it across the diamond. Spencer gloves it. Game is over. So Wilbur Wood, little shaky early on, but he rebounds and spins a complete game gem, semi-gem. Gives up 3 runs on 6 hits. And for the White Sox, they get 5 runs on 8 hits, also have an error. So that will do it here from the Metrodome, or Metropolitan Stadium, not the Metrodome. So once again, the Sox, 5 runs, 8 hits, 1 error. The Twins, 3 runs, 6 hits, 1 error. Wilbur Wood, and a player I was eager to see get a start. He goes a distance. 6 hits and 3 runs, all of them earned. Walks, he had a hit batsman and 2 walks early, then he got his control in check, struck out Struck out 5 and no home runs. So Wood gets the win, and player of the game, I wouldn't say Wood's pitching effort was worthy of player of the game, but looking at the Sox lineup, you know who's going to get player of the game is Bucky effing Dent. And Red Sox fans approve of this. Dent, he went 3 for 4 in this one, had 2 doubles, single, a walk, drove in a run. So Bucky Dent gets the silver bat in this one for his performance. And game 2, or week 2 of the 1976 Statis Pro Advance Game of the Week replay is in the books. So again, really enjoying getting back into this game, even though obviously it's been a long time, 30 plus years since I played it, and getting used to the new advanced rules, but it's coming along, and we'll continue to get the flow down. I think I might try game 3 and just go strictly, a couple ideas. I'll probably do next game with just all fast action cards, see how that goes. And then the other option is to use the Lewis Research flippers. And that actually might be a way to go, because there you can get, because it's all randomized, you can get the control number and the random number for the result probably on the same flip, or do multiple if you like, but I think that would also speed up the game. But not really worried about going fast because I'm enjoying this so much, and again, good to see all these familiar names on the tabletop. So thank you very much for watching, and remember, please support friends of the channel. Notable things going on today: Combat Painter doing a 1979 Mets replay with payoff pitch. He's already 43 games into that. He's grinding them out. Ron Juckett had his usual lunchtime replay up today. Also had a little brief commentary on Harper going to the Phillies, so check out that great channel. Among others, baseball demos. Dave has quite a few Statis Pro games up as well. Tabletop Baseball Plus, the Earl and Earl Show, Al, Red Sox fan. All things Strat-o-matic, both computer and cards and dice, as well as title bout. And Replay Baseball, also did some zombie hunting the other day. Strat-o-matic Delaware, Chris there. All good friends of the channel, so please give them a look, and if you have not subscribed to them. Also, too, I want to bring up Rob. It's Rob with a space exclamation mark. He's just building his channel, so give him a look and give him a sub. He's doing a great job, has some wrestling going, red, white, and blue racing, where he's actually taking people who subscribe to the channel and having cars constructed with the help of original Grognard Devon, and check out that great channel as well, a great war game simulation channel. So they're building a Friends of the Channel Racing League, which is a lot of fun. So give that a look. And again, Rob's just getting going, so give him a sub, please. And until next time, Anthony from Bleacher Bums Gaming. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the support. And keep swinging for the fences. We'll see you.